Derek, this game, how do you compare it to last year's game against Nebraska as far as you as a quarterback heading into a hostile atmosphere?
Yeah, I don't get too caught up in where we're going or things like that. I'm blessed that I got to play in an atmosphere like that already. So that place gets loud too. So I think they hold a little bit more people also. And so with that experience, it's definitely a blessing being able to go into Oregon, having already played at Nebraska.
But being one of the few players on this team that play in that kind of atmosphere, you have a lot of young guys, especially like Devontae Adams. They're going to be their first game on the road. How do you get some of those young guys mentally prepared, for this kind of atmosphere?
To be honest, we don't really think about it. you don't think about it. You just watch the film and you just what do they do on defense? What pressures do they bring? What coverage do they do? And there's so much emphasis on crowd noise and all that good stuff, but we don't spend a lot of time talking in the huddle, so I think it'll be all right.
Derek, did you have anything to say to the prior to the game Saturday when you found out that you guys might already know that the players that were suspended and stuff? Did you pull any of the young guys like Devontae and tell them, look, settle down, you guys are going to be fine? Did you have anything to do, or did you just let them go out and play?
I just try my best as a leader. I just try and encourage people. Sometimes you got to get on guys. That's whenever that time is. But really, I just try and encourage them, and really just tell them, the games are a lot easier than practice. Practice, we try and stress. The coach trying to put so much stress on us at practice, to where when you get to the games, it's like second nature. And so I told him, I was like, hey, just relax, man. And then once about the third, fourth quarter, he came up to me, he's like, dude, I'm feeling more relaxed. And I told him, I was able to encourage him. There's nothing really that I can say to make him feel better or not be nervous, but I try and just do my best to encourage guys the best I can.
A lot happened since your first start as a sophomore to your first start as a junior. How much different do you think you were as a player? Did it feel different being out there?
It was funny because I even talked to my brothers and Coach Bose about it. I said the second time around it's a lot less nerve-wracking. No question. Before the game against Cal, in my head, still the thoughts were like, hey, I was confident, of course, but I was like, hey, can I still do this? What are they going to do? And then I figured out that they can't eat me. So I kind of settled down and I realized it's just football, and the worst I can do is hit you. And the game on Saturday, going into that game, I didn't have any nerves because I've seen a lot of things. I played against some really good defenses, and I was just really just excited to get out there and try and just bring home a win. And a lot changes in a year. I know that for a fact.
And you hit your first 10 passes. Did you feel locked in?
Like I answered the same kind of question on Saturday night. To be honest, I don't even think about that stuff. I just kind of, what's the down and distance? What coverage do they run here? So once someone told me, it was kind of like a shock, like, oh, that's pretty cool. Let's keep that going. But if you ask Robbie, I asked Robbie a lot. Going into your second year as a starter, how was it? And he was able to give me confidence and advice, like, dude, it's a lot less nerve-wracking. Calm down, you'll be good. And he hit it right on the head. It's exactly that.
Coach Drew talked about needing to pick up the pace offensively from, I think, the 65 plays that were run on Saturday. So how do you work on doing that in the course of a week before Oregon?
You really stress it early in the week, because guys, you don't want to run legs down on Thursday and Friday. So, really early in the week, I expect us to be pushing the tempo a lot at practice. As soon as we run a play, I'm sure we'll have a ball guy, already have the ball placed where the next one's supposed to be, and we're going to have to sprint and run the next play. So, I'm going to really, talk to our guys and get them mentally ready, for that. Once the play's over, get on your horse and get back and get ready to run the next play because it's coming. And so, I think during the game, a lot of it had to do with, there were some times where we were off the field for 5 minutes at a time, 6 minutes at a time. So, and when you get on the field and we're running the ball, the clock still runs. And so, a lot of that has to go into it, but I do understand that we need to run some more plays.
Dave obviously has the NFL record for consecutive passes in a game, and you weren't even halfway there yet. Can you imagine throwing 22 complete in a row?
I could imagine it. I definitely think about it. but he did it at a much higher level against a lot more different coverages, going on, and so I think he definitely takes the cake on that one.
Speaking of Dave, he beat a top 10 team from the state of Oregon to kind of put the Bulldogs on the national stage. You see some similarities? You remember what that felt like to watch him do that?
Oh man, I remember that like it was yesterday. We're sitting there, and it was really the Oregon State game when he came walking down the ramp. When I told a guy standing next to me, and he reminds me every time I see him. I told him, I was like, "Hey, I'm walking down that ramp," and it was the Oregon State game. And that same year they played Colorado. That same year they played Colorado State. So me and Dave have been making jokes, laughing about stuff. So it's kind of cool that I get to play the same teams and stuff. And I'm sure he'll be talking trash to me about certain things, but I'm excited. I'm just really excited to go out there and compete against Oregon. And not a lot of people have faith in us, and I love it that way. And I hope it stays that way all year. And because I have nothing but faith in my guys.
Anything else for Derek?
Derek, do you guys foresee yourself being conservative or just aggressive in your play calling on Saturday?
Hopefully aggressive. I don't know if Coach Ram has a conservative mode in him. And I love that about him. So, I think, we're just going to go out there and we're going to run our offense. And, based on whatever coverages they run and pressures they bring, we're going to study the tape and, drop some plays, that work against that and what they do, and go out there and just try and play fast.